Welcome. It's Tuesday. Timeout Tuesday for that matter. And I'm so blessed to be here. So excited to have a drink with you all, connect, defrag, unwind a little bit, cause it's time. I'll let people get connected here. I am in Jake's studio tonight, and I'm functioning off of two phones. Lester had, well, I'll wait. I will wait just a minute here to divulge all of the things. Oh, welcome everyone. There we go. Okay, so YouTube is kicked in now, and Facebook, we're good. It took a little bit for the phones to get started, and I had a moment of like, oh gosh, I hope nobody's uploading something and stealing my internet or Jake's internet. It's mine for 1 hour. That's what I'm saying. So welcome to Timeout Tuesday. And did you know, I'm sure you have to know, that today is like Tuesday, not like TUES, like TWOS. We're in some sort of like palindrome of February 22nd of 2022, and it's also Tuesday. Kind of cool, huh? Well, I'm excited to be here with y'all. I was gonna start to say earlier, I was like, hold back for just a minute. I popped into this room at about 5:45, and normally that's plenty of time for me to just get my cameras aligned and get everything set up. But it was like, YouTube's like telling me all kinds of things on my camera. It was like mayhem in this room. Now, we didn't have a live on Sunday, so the last person to be in this room doing a live was a man named Lester Morrow. And Lester Morrow must have needed to get out of here in a hurry because he left a madhouse disaster. And yes, I'm telling on him because he's told on Jake a lot lately for some of not cool Jake moments. So I thought that I would just preface this with a not cool Lester moment. This was a shit show, okay? Like, there's like everything that he and Jake opened was like thrown everywhere. Like every wrapping thing, all these little like crinkly things, every envelope, the Dr. Pepper, which we know is the signature Longhorn Lester thing, a bottle of water, that's not Lester's, all the things that were Lester just strewn everywhere, and Jake just went ahead and closed the door on it like, can't see it, didn't happen. And I walked in and I was like, I have anxiety, and this is not making it better. It wasn't. So I am sharing a dirty little Longhorn Lester secret of he didn't clean up his mess at all. So my Timeout Tuesday, while it was already warranted, it escalated to like a 20-fold at that point in time. And now it's like super duper extra warranted. It is time. So tonight, someone sent me this little nugget. It is ruby red grapefruit vodka. And in honor of my trip home this weekend is Diet Ski. And when I say home, I know that sounds really strange. This is my home. But I went back to Illinois this weekend to see Xander, and that's like my home. I don't know how to say that. Like, it's where I'm from. It's where I was raised, where Xander is. So I went back to Illinois. Maybe I shouldn't call it home so there's no confusion. I went back to Illinois to visit Xander this weekend for his birthday. And I had Diet Ski because it's pretty much the nectar of the gods down there, or up there. And it's everywhere. And that was my drink of choice while I was there. And now that I'm back home in Texas, I kind of needed this. I was really excited to still have a few in the closet, and yeah, I'm drinking it tonight. So, some grapefruit vodka, a little Diet Ski, which is citrus soda, ancestral home. I like that, yeah. I don't want to like be offensive and say like, this isn't my home, that's my home. No, you can, you have your original home, ancestral home, and then you have your home. So, okay. Oh, let me make my lid work here. I'm struggling a little bit. These are really my hands this time, for the record. There's no one hiding behind me. There's no makeup tutorial happening. Just me and about 4,000 of my friends on Timeout Tuesday with suits to boots. Cheers to Timeout Tuesday. All right. I have a lot to talk about, like a whole lot to talk about. I was home for I keep saying it. I was in Illinois with Xander for 36 hours on a whirlwind weekend of get there, squeeze as much in, and then come back to Texas, because 36 hours away from the farm feels like 3 weeks because there's so much packed into our days. Now, I was super busy up north as well with him and my family, to the extent that I actually didn't tell my best friend that I was there. I didn't tell my own brothers or their families or my nieces or nephews that I was there. It was too hard to squeeze it in. I just couldn't. My reason for going was Xander's birthday. Xander turned 19 last week, and I said, what do you want to do for your birthday? And he's like, I just want to hang out with you, which of course made me melt and cry like a baby. Hardly can get that out of my mouth. But we did. We spent an amazing amount of time together for the short time I was there, and we had so much fun. I am working on finalizing a video to show you some of the things that we did while I was up there, and I think that'll probably come out on Friday is what I predict. I have a few more things to do around that. Somebody asked, why doesn't Xander live in Texas? So Xander is in college in Illinois and is working on his certificate to become an electrician. And he wanted to stay up there. That's where his girlfriend is. So, and the rest of our family is up there as well. And, it was a very hard conversation. It's always a hard conversation. He knows he always has a home here if he wants to come here, but that's where he wants to finish his school and then, see where life leads him there. He comes and visits as often as he can. I go up there as often as I can. I would love for it to be more, and I think that's one of the things that I realize most about, every time I visit, it's never long enough. It is very focused and filled, and there's no downtime whatsoever, but it is, it's hard to live across the country from him, but at the same time, I know that lots of people do it, and I know that it's okay, and it just makes us value those together moments all the more. And we do spend a lot of time on FaceTime, which I'm so grateful that FaceTime exists and can't imagine what it would be without it. So one of the things that I wanted to do for sure while I was back up north was also visit my grandparents. I still have my grandma on my mom's side, and then my grandma and grandpa on my dad's side. So, funny story, after I land at the airport, my mom picks me up, and we head back to tiny little Germantown, Illinois, and if anybody's from there, you know what I mean. That's like a town of, 1,500 people, basically. And we get to my grandma's house, and I surprise her, and I hug her, and I say, come on, let's go have lunch. Xander's meeting us for lunch, Kendra and Xander, and let's go grab lunch at the tiny little, I'll call it a dive bar, but it has food, bar food. And she goes, oh, I had potato soup, I'm not hungry at all. And I said, well, just come hang out with us. It'll be fun, just to chit-chat while we're here. So we get there, it's called Millside Inn, and I will include that in my little video about what this place is. The floor definitely slants, and it's definitely an old building that has, seen better days. But while we're there, my grandma, who wasn't hungry, definitely ordered a cheeseburger and was like, oh, I'll just eat it later. She ate every bite. She was hungry. Or maybe she was stress eating. I don't know. But it was delicious food. I had their chili, and everybody else got something from the menu too, and we just had a really nice time doing that. So right after that, Xander says, I want to go to the outlet mall, which is all the way back over by the airport. Yeah. So we go back to my grandma's for a little bit more, and I'm like, wow, I've flown from Texas, I've driven all the way from St. Louis all the way to the Illinois side, and now Xander wants to go back, but you know what? It's Xander's weekend. We're going. I'm going, and we're going. So while at my grandma's, I got pretty nostalgic and just thinking through, the things that you naturally do at, maybe it's your grandma's house, maybe it's an aunt's house, maybe it's your parents' house. But at my grandma's house, like when I was younger, we would walk in and go to the snack cabinet every time. Never, without fail. And to where that grandpa used to hide the candy. So grandpa used to hide the candy pretty much everywhere throughout the house because grandma didn't want him to have it. It would be a box of chocolates under the couch. It would be definitely something in the there's a dresser in her like sewing room, and he would hide candy in that top drawer in there. He had a special place in the spice cabinet kind of behind things. Yeah, so as kids when we would arrive, we would totally be going to find grandpa's candy because it was like a game to us. So I found myself at my grandma's house when we brought her back sort of like, longing for those things. My grandpa passed away about 2 years ago, and you don't let go of those memories and those things, and it was just really special. So in granting wish mode weekend, Xander, Kendra, and I drove all the way back to St. Louis, and we shopped and just had a really good time, like laughing and seeing things. And I hadn't been shopping in 4 years, probably, like really, like besides grocery shopping, like 4 years. A couple things. All women's clothes look like they're made for a Little House on the Prairie right now. And as much as I love dresses and wearing them on the farm, these kind of took it to the extreme. Like, who's designing this stuff? Because the other part, why are all the shirts like this short? Where's the rest? They're like super wide and short. Who wears those things? And why? Because no grown woman that I know is going to sport any of that. Like, I guess the store started to realize that people my age don't shop very often and don't get new clothes, at least not in a mall setting or something, because there was no item of clothing that would have been appropriate for my age range or for me or anything that I would wear. And then I was like, well, I guess I'll look at these hoodies because I could wear a man's hoodie. But no, I just can't get behind that. Like, I'm just going to stick in the clothes that I've always worn and just go with that because I don't know what's going on. The women's clothes, like the dresses, seriously have like, I don't like big puffy sleeves and like go down to the floor, or they're really short and they have like this A-line thing. And if you're a woman, you know what I'm talking about. Like, we don't wear those. Why would we wear those? What is that? I don't get it. So it reminded me of why I don't shop anymore, which was fine because, it was there for Xander anyway. And so a thing about Xander has had a shoe thing since he was a baby. It's probably my fault. I loved, I was a young mom. I was 20 years old. I loved seeing my little baby in tennis shoes and things like that. Well, that stuck, like really stuck. And he loves shoes. So while we were at this mall, they probably had 8 or 9 shoe stores, and we were probably in all of them because that's his thing. Like, he doesn't care if he's in a hoodie and jeans. He does dress nice, don't get me wrong. Like, for a 19-year-old kid, he's well dressed. He likes to feel good in his clothes. He has confidence, that type of thing. But shoes are his thing. So poor Kendra and I are just watching him try on shoes for a few hours. And, as much as I'm joking here about the things that happened that day, it was really just fun to be together and just to be in a different element and have really nowhere to be and no significant plans, and just being able to walk around with those two and just talk about life. It made my heart full, and of course made me wish that it was all the time and that they were here. But I also realized that he's growing up. He's 19 years old. He's very mature. He's very responsible. And even if he lived right here, well, I might see him in passing. He's busy. He works a full-time job. He is in school full-time. and he likes to be out and about. The other thing that was a big surprise to me when I got home is that Xander made the dean's list. And both of my grandparents, both grandmas, cut out the article out of the newspaper and saved it for me, which was awesome. And I did get to come home with those. And, it was a really, really neat, thing to read that he's accomplishing so many things. So I guess my takeaway from my shopping trip was I'm not going to go back, to shopping for me, and maybe whatever Little House on the Prairie thing that's happening right now, maybe that'll cycle through with everything else, and maybe they can just bring back the 80s and we can go back to wearing leg warmers and slouch socks and spandex, which I also won't wear. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So that night, I went back to my mom's and, stayed up pretty late just chatting with her, catching up about life and just checking out her latest crafts and all the things that she's really amazing at. And my mom helps us out with comments on the page from time to time, and she talks a lot about the videos. She watches all the videos and knows everything, so she's, reminiscing about some of the crazy things that are happening on the farm and planning her next visit to come down here next month. So that was really exciting. And the next morning, I got up and went to my other grandparents' house for breakfast. And one of the neat and special moments about that is that Grandma made biscuits and gravy, which I hadn't had in so long. I don't know why that's not a Texas thing. I really thought that was a Southern thing, but it's not really a Southern thing. In fact, Lester didn't know what it was and didn't eat it. It was ever. So when I said I was having biscuits and gravy, he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm having Grandma's biscuits and gravy." He's like, I don't know what that is. So didn't know that was a thing, but I did get to eat some of Grandma's biscuits and gravy, which I was really excited about, and it was delicious. And I need to run 20 miles to make up for all of the guilty pleasures that I indulged in while home this weekend. And also at that grandparents' house, just, a lot of memories. Those grandparents love to watch Cardinal baseball on TV and play cards. And that grandma loves to, bake and cook. And her most favorite thing is probably going to the casino. So since COVID, they really haven't gone, just wanting to stay well, stay healthy and things like that. So I told her about the Indian casino that Lester and I stumbled upon, and some of those things, and just had a really nice visit. And then the rest of the day spent with Xander. We had Wally's for lunch, and if anybody's from that area, you know that Wally burgers are the thing of that, that community. Basically, they're this tiny little burger place that was originally a filling station, and the building is probably, I'm gonna say, 20 foot by 20 foot max. It has a counter inside it with a few bar stools, and everything else you just take to go. You call it in and you walk up to the window and take it to go. And there's just a lot of memories about that with my family as well. So it was just really nice to unwind, visit with the family, and of course spend a lot of time with Xander. Now, while I was gone, like I said, 36 hours away from the sanctuary feels like 3 weeks because of all the things that happen in it. Before I even landed, Lester is messaging me going, "Do you know where the ibuprofen is?" Yeah, it's in the same spot that it always is. "Jamie, why are we out of creamer?" Because we drank it all. "Jamie, do you know where the Band-Aids are?" Yeah, those are in the medicine cabinet where they always are. "Jamie, do we have any burn cream?" And at this point in time, I'm like, I should be worried. I should ask what's going on. Maybe I shouldn't ask what's going on because I am a little bit nervous that I might feel the need to fly right back home to figure out what the heck's going on. So I just sat on it a little bit and tried not to think and thought to myself, like, he would tell me if something was really wrong, right? Like I would know, or Jake would call, or the kids would call, because both Lex and Ellie were here too. So I just thought to myself, like, somebody would tell me, right? Somebody would certainly tell me. Well, I didn't hear from him for a couple of hours. And I thought, I should check in. I should at least see how things are going. So I message and, I send pictures and text the whole time I'm gone, but neither one of us expect a response right away out of things. We're busy. We're both busy people. So the next text message I get is a picture of a melted crock. Y'all, I don't think that I'm allowed to leave Texas. I think that I am meant to be right here all the time for safety, for just policing the things that happen, just things. So number one, the picture of the crock that I got is actually a pair of Crocs that I had thrown in the trash last week. So someone named Longhorn Lester went and dug them out of the trash. They had concrete in them. They were concreted together from him and Jake doing fencing, and he set them down at the bottom of the steps, and they were concreted together. So I threw them away because they were done. So y'all saw the Valentine's Day thing. I bought him new Crocs instead because those were his good Crocs before. All I can say is I'm at least happy he didn't wear his brand new Crocs out there. But I'm a little surprised that he dug the concreted Crocs out of the trash. So here we are with a picture of a melted crock. Now at this point in time, I've just finished lunch with my grandma, and I'm at her house being all nostalgic, and I get this picture and I'm like, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Just other than, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, but that's that was a little while ago. So do we have burn cream? Do we have this? Do we have that? And I'm just like, is everyone else okay? Is our home still standing? Do we have to rebuild fences? All of a sudden, all of these questions start flying off of my fingertips. And I'm getting no answer, which then makes me think to myself, oh, this is bad. He's not going to tell me anything. And he's going to just wait till I get home because he doesn't want me to know, which makes me just want to know 10 times more. Could you just tell me what's going on? They had been talking about burning pastures for a while now because it's that time of year. It's what we do, right? But typically, we do it in a controlled setting. And for some reason, I think Lester's definition of control might be a little different than it has been in years past. So, melted crock and no response. So finally I just text Jake. Jake, is Lester alive? Did his phone melt? And he's like, actually, his phone did get into the fire a little bit, so he might be having issues. Excuse me, what? How did his phone get in the fire? Is Lester okay? Yeah, he's fine. Does he have toes still? Yeah, he's got toes. The concrete saved him. Y'all, those dang Crocs that had concrete in them saved his feet. I don't have words. I still haven't had words. And you want to know the worst part? Somebody says take a drink. That's probably a solid plan. Really solid idea. I got home and those Crocs still not in the trash. Still here. Still here. However, Lester's been wearing his brand new Crocs now out to, do all the farm chores because those are just not going to work out for him anymore. Yeah. The Crocs saga lives on. That's all I can tell you. Crocs. Lester and Crocs are one and the same. On a lighter note, before I left, I cleaned out the fridge and pantry and freezer so that he wouldn't go through his normal panic and throw everything away. I had it all organized beautifully and everything was fine. Except for that there was no coffee creamer, of course. But he never said a word about not, having to purge the fridge or go through any of that. So I was all waiting for that moment and instead got the Croc saga and that we're out of coffee creamer. Don't worry. I stopped and got coffee creamer on the way home Sunday night. Yes, I picked up dinner and coffee creamer. Super important. I wish that I could record all of the moments to be able to share back with people about what's going on and be able to capture all of these moments because they are hilarious. They really are. But at the same time, I also don't want anyone to know all of the craziness that happens around here because people might want us to be committed to somewhere for help because it is so real. That's what I'll just say. Yeah. So Lester and Jake needed supervision this weekend, and it's pretty much proven that forevermore that my entire family needs to just fly down here to visit and that I shouldn't leave. Or I have to take them with me so that they don't get into trouble. That's pretty much the summary of all of the things in this weekend's experiences. Boys, y'all, boys. All right, so that was a lot. And there's a lot of people that are making a million comments, and I'm sorry I'm not able to see all of those because they're going by so fast. I did not get to put the slow mode on comments on. And I don't think that Lester is moderating yet. He had to bring Lex home to his mom's tonight. The schools are doing a really weird thing down here with days off and shuffling things up, and I have no idea why. Lex was off Monday, Tuesday this week. I know President's Day was Monday. But some of the schools are off this whole week and they don't get a true spring break. They get another break in April. I don't know. All I know is that everybody's doing their own crazy thing down here and we're a little bit out of whack as far as who's doing what and just all those things. Typically on Tuesday nights, Lester will moderate both platforms for me, and we all do that for each other when we're having our lives. Keep all of the craziness out of the comments. That's the word that I'll use is craziness. But since there's no one here, y'all better behave. That's what I'm gonna say. Be nice. Play nice in the sandbox. Lester just messaged and said he's watching, but he can't moderate. Yeah, please don't, babe, because I don't want you to, be stuck and do it from the phone as well. It's very hard to see from the phone when you're moderating. All right, somebody on YouTube is talking about dorkfish. So if you watched Lester's video on YouTube today, you saw a really hilarious moment of Lester's reaction to Daniel Arms' wife, DJ Arms, and the things that she's doing. So Daniel Arms talked about having an intro to a video. A lot of people say, hey y'all. I say, hey y'all. Lester says, hey folks. I don't even know what Daniel says. That's probably going to get me a lot of trouble. But whatever, it's fine. But his wife, DJ, was working up to having her own intro, and she did a, hey folks, DJ here, and tipped a hat. So Lester sent her a real hat, an I'm a Survivor hat, and in her little video intro, she said something, and she was like, I feel like a dorkfish. And Lester and I were both like, what is a dorkfish? We had to Google it. And if you haven't seen Lester's video, you should go watch it, because we had no idea what the heck it was until DJ brought that word to our lives. And now a lot of people are talking about it, because apparently we weren't alone in the dorkfish knowledge department. Oh, Daniel Arms does say, what's up, everybody? All I can hear Daniel say is, come on, goats, because that's what we all stinking say right now.
Come on, goats.
Oh, you hear Jake? Jake just walked in the door. Okay, so I see a few questions here, and I want to answer those before Jake comes and joins us. So, some people are asking about when we're going to have merchandise again. Typically, I will have that in late February, early March, and plan to do so. I'm working on a few new things to add. And then a lot of people are asking about Lester's hats. So, we had looked into this a while back. But the hats are first, with whatever's going on with COVID and where those type of hats are made, you can't find that style of hat hardly at all right now. But second, the special ones that are made, they're very expensive, to be honest with you. And we order a few at a time for us, and Lester needs to make them last. And we've just never wanted to mass produce them, because they're Lester's hat, basically. So he has been gracious and shared a few. I know Jake got one for Christmas, and now DJ Arms has one. She should feel very special, because there's not many of those, but it would not be, it probably wouldn't work out, because you can't find that style of hat right now, honestly. It's what's kept us from ordering anymore, even for Lester. So I will keep looking and potentially try to come up with something, but for now, we're not going to do that. And we've always used Custom Ink, and Custom Ink has been super great to us, and just really great customer service. So I'm looking for more products, since they handle sort of everything and do it all the time. So we've done t-shirts, we've done hoodies, we've done tank tops, long sleeve tees. I'm working on a few more. So more to come on that. I would say in the next couple weeks you'll see those, and we will, see what I can come up with from there. Jake, are you coming in here, or what are you doing?
I am making you a specialty something. Like 30 seconds, I'll be there.
Jake is making me something. So that's scary.
You're gonna love it. Maybe.
Is it prison food?
Oh, no. Don't worry, it's not that bad.
Okay. That's good news. Because Timeout Tuesday does not host prison food, for the record. We don't do prison food on Tuesday nights. At all.
Hey, that's a good idea for next week.
Oh my gosh. We've had a couple of really crazy, intense lives the past couple weeks.
Oh, it's about to be crazy and intense. I have made you something.
What is all over the top of that beer?
Special drink. Where are the cameras at? Okay.
On this side.
Whoop, there we go. Okay, do you like Dos Equis, first of all?
I'm gonna figure that out. I've never had a Dos Equis.
Oh my gosh, this is the greatest night of your life. Okay, trust me, Dos Equis, you'll never go back to any other hard alcohol ever again. Did you know that today is Tuesday?
Yes, I did.
But it is also National Margarita Day.
And you brought Dos Equis.
So I brought you Dos Equis because that's the closest thing to a margarita, maybe.
I'm like, I don't know if that's close to a margarita, Jake.
Yeah, it's pretty close. And please, by the way, please never leave again. I'm not joking. It was horrible. It was so bad. At least hire a babysitter or something.
That's what you're for.
No, that was not part of my job description. Not at all. Like, the stuff that happened. Okay, so we set the field on fire for a controlled burn. It was not controlled at all. Like, I thought I was going to have to call the fire department. Tomorrow's video, he let out all the littles. They just went everywhere. And he drives by honking on the tractor and it just yelling, Jake! Jake!
Welcome to my world,
And
Jake.
so I come outside and he's like, the littles are out! And I'm like, well, great, there goes my nap. Not having a nap today either. And that was supposed to be on my off day. That was my off day.
There's no off day.
Let's see, what else did he do? He got the side-by-side stuck twice. in the same day, he... Oh, gosh.
Oh, that was one of the texts. Where's the strap? He did. He messaged me. I was like thinking about what these texts were. Yes, he messaged me and was like, "Where's the strap? The toe strap?" And I was like, "It's in the barn where we left it." Like, I don't know.
It was bad.
It was bad.
Yeah, I was out here. He's like, "Okay, you ready to burn the field?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "By the way, can you bring the strap in the 4-wheeler because I'm stuck?" I was like, "Okay." All right, no problem.
Jake, he needs like a tracking device like around his ankle,
Yeah.
And then one that tells if he's upside down or
seriously.
like if he's off balance, we need that. And then, probably like a heart monitor so that we can see that he's still like breathing and like see how high his and that we can both just sort of
if he's in any kind of panic situation.
Yes, so we can both take times like, monitoring the situation.
I didn't tell you the worst part.
Oh God.
He asked me, I'm embarrassed to say this.
I'm so nervous right now. You're like turning red.
I know, because, look, when you're gone, he asked me to do weird things for him.
Jake!
I know, he asked me to run him a bath. A bubble bath. And then he asked me if I wanted any bubbles to take home. I'm serious.
No, you're not. You're so full of it.
Did. I was just like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to be the babysitter anymore. You're gonna have to hire a professional for sure. That's not for me.
Oh my God, Jake.
And then he said, "Jamie will be back in the morning." I just, thank God. I was so excited. Wasn't my responsibility. After I went to sleep, he was on his own after that.
Jake, do you know that Sunday when I came home and landed, he was like, "Are you going to stop and get food?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Good, because I haven't eaten all day."
Yeah. That's
Why? There's food. There's plenty of things.
Yeah, but we have to be reminded to eat. Like, that's how we don't think very much. We just...
It's clear.
Just kind of do things. Okay, yeah.
All right, I'm going to try this. What's in here?
Okay, a lime. So it's a Dos Equis with a lime squeezed in there. And then this red stuff on the outside is like candy. It's like kind of spicy, but not...
The red stuff on the outside is like candy.
Yeah, it's like a gooey...
Are you like drugging me right now?
No, look, I'm drinking it too. We're going out together. And...
Lester's doomed if we're both gone.
And then there's lime salt on there too. This is my specialty.
Alright, well cheers.
Timeout Twos-day.
Oh
my gosh, there's so much candy it didn't even clink. We gotta try it again. Okay, there we go. That was a lot better.
Okay. That's actually pretty good. I'm licking the side of a bop. That's like...
It's not very sanitary, but it's really good. It's okay.
It's pretty much like everything on the farm then.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, for real.
It's fine. Little dirt never hurt anybody.
Protein.
So is this like lime on the outside? I feel really weird licking the side of my glass on camera right now.
Yeah, it's, yeah. If you're a guy, don't drink this in front of your friends.
It's actually quite delicious, Jake.
Yeah, it's good stuff. You want to know what this candy's called?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's in Spanish. But I've seen some pictures on the outside of the tub. And so I knew what I was supposed to do at that point.
Oh my God.
Oh
Jake.
my gosh.
People are saying they can hear Beth in the background like, Beth's crying for you.
She's ready for her bottle.
Yeah. It's not time yet.
Time.
This is Jamie and Jake time, and Beth is right outside. She ain't leaving, trust me. She's gonna be right there.
Yeah, she's never gonna leave.
No. Beth cannot stand for him to be out of her eyesight. But sometimes Beth needs to use the restroom outside so Jake doesn't have to spend so much time mopping. Yeah. I noticed that you mopped right before I got here. I also noticed that you had carpet cleaner on the counter. So it sounds like you had a really fun weekend. Pouring bubble bath for Lester and scrubbing floors.
Yep.
It's amazing.
It was not fun. It was pretty clean though when you came in, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That only took 48 hours of my life.
But hold on a second. Everyone was clean except for this shit show of a room.
That's because I opened the door and panicked immediately. Because, and earlier you said whatever Lester and Jake opened, No. It was Lester and Ellie. I wasn't even here. I left.
Oh, that's right.
Uh-huh.
That explains so much more.
And where are all those little fuzzy things?
I crawled on the floor on my hands and knees and picked up all those little thingies, whatever the heck that was.
So I cleaned the entire house. I started in my room and just went this way and like organized everything. And I opened this door, had a panic attack, shut it, and that was it. I was not dealing with that. I go live from the kitchen, so I was just worried about that area.
Welcome to my world, Jake. When we used to do gifts and goodies on the porch, so we would put the camera up. We never did them live. We did a recording. But you're trying to squeeze a whole bunch of stuff into a short amount of time, right? So here I am organized. I've got boxes sliced open. I've got 2 trash cans sitting out. And I would be like, we would all be rotating. Well, I don't know what planet Lester and Ellie grew up on, but they would open stuff and just throw it all down. All of it. So all the trash and the gifts are like right below us. And you wouldn't be able to see what had or hadn't been opened yet because it just all went...
Just everywhere.
Yeah, like why can't you set one thing here and put the stuff in the trash?
Yeah.
So then when we were done, Lester would go to build a video, Ellie left, and I would be left with like sorting and just the disaster of like figuring it all out. So finally, we changed the pace of gifts and goodies, and that has been a blessing. While I know that the people love some of those videos, the management that happened behind that would take me 24 to 48 hours to figure it all out from there. Because if something came with multiple parts, no one put stuff back together in the right spot. No, and I know I'm looking at you like this because I know because you get to deal with the Lester aftermath in the barn.
Yeah.
I'm working on my musical about the not cool Lester.
You're doing a musical?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's also coming.
One, but then my tune turned into like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer somehow. And so I gave up. But I had a good 6 lines in there. So
I saw your Lester has anxiety and you're trying to make it better video.
Yeah, that one. That was the only music part I did after that.
That was good. Done. I really enjoyed it. I feel bad. I'm talking about Lester and he's driving and he's completely helpless and not able to defend himself right now.
That's perfect. This is the perfect time to do it. I'm sure I'll make a video about it tomorrow. I'm absolutely positive.
I make jokes. We all make jokes. I know he makes jokes about the things about you.
Are they jokes anymore?
Yes, they're jokes. And we make jokes about him right now. And I know that he talks about like Jamie can't keep a refrigerator, organized, and I have a food collecting thing. But at the end of the day, we all do really work well together. We have a lot of fun here on the farm. And some people might not get our sense of humor, but we do.
Yeah, and we do.
We have a really great time laughing, and I think that for anybody that can have as much fun as we do while we work, I think that you would just love to be able to look at your people, give them a hard time, and know that I'm not hurting Jake's feelings, or that if I did, he would say, "Hey, that was really not cool what you did to me."
Not cool.
Yeah.
Not cool, Lester. Yeah, not cool.
But we do it. We have a really good time. And I think that quote of like, you'll never work a day in your life, if you love what you do, I think that we are all loving what we're doing. And even on the hardest days where it's so stressful, I still leave with that full feeling of like feeling fulfilled, I guess.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I really do love what I do because we worked all weekend, Saturday and Sunday we were just so busy doing everything. So Lester told me to take a day off. It's been Monday and Tuesday while I still showed up.
I know you did.
So, it's too hard to just take a day off. What am I going to do if I don't pet Moo in the morning?
I know. Isn't that weird? Like being gone 36 hours, I really felt, of course I want to see my son. I want to see my family. I want to do all those things. But being gone feels like something is also missing. Like it's a really big torn on both sides for me. Like every day I miss him. I want him to be here doing all these things with me. But at the same time, I want all of this as well. Like if in a perfect world, if somebody could invent teleporting, that would be super top notch for me.
That would be awesome.
Right?
Well, then I wouldn't have excuses to be late to work anymore.
You're never late for
work.
work.
Hold off on the teleporting for now.
You're never late for work. When in real life, not this work. Have you ever been late for work?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How late?
Oh, probably the worst was probably like an hour. Yeah.
Did you oversleep?
No, okay, so it was actually not that long ago, but like not here at the house place.
Right.
And so we work on Saturdays. On Friday night, sometimes you like to party, and so I just slept. I don't even know if I set an alarm. I don't know what happened. I think I woke up to the sun beaming in my window, and I knew that was a major problem.
So what did you tell them when you went in? Did you tell the truth, or did
No,
you
I
give
told
them
the
I had a
truth.
flat tire?
No.
Something?
My boss was if you're honest with her, she was the coolest lady in the world, no matter what it was. So I walked in. I was like, "Yep, I had a lot to drink yesterday, and I did not wake up on time, so here I am."
God.
She's like, "All right, you're last in rotation or whatever."
So you're staying till the end, is what that meant? Okay, that's fair.
And
That's
I got the
completely
last
fair.
greet for customers and everything. So yeah. And on a Saturday, that wasn't good. Those were the days where you try to make money.
Yeah, fail on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the punishment fit the crime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was fair.
Fair?
Yeah, she's always fair.
That makes sense. I don't know that I've ever been late for work. I have like, I'm always like a 5 to 10 minute early person, and usually I get there early enough that I can have 5 to 10 minutes in my car and then still be 5 to 10 minutes early. I don't know, it's like a habitual thing, like it's just where I feel comfortable. But I have missed a flight before due to traffic. Yes. So that sucked.
A whole flight? The one time you were ever late, you missed a flight?
Yeah, that was no fun. But it happens. Like if you're in traffic on the way to the airport, you don't really have control, and it's not like it was planned traffic. You just get stuck, and there's nothing you can do at that point in time. But I've never been like truly late for work or missed work or anything like that.
So you've never just like overslept?
No, I'm actually worse about if I have somewhere to be in the morning, I pretty much don't get good sleep because I'm so like thinking I'm going to be late. Yeah. So like I'll wake up, 3:30, 4, even though I didn't have to leave till 5, I start waking up early because my brain's like, don't be late, don't be late.
Work. Like,
never?
No, but if like I'm going fishing in the morning or going hunting in the morning or
like
something.
where you're excited.
Yeah, I have to be excited. You must really like your job then.
No, I've always had this like paranoia about like not meeting expectations, I think, more than anything. Like just a fear of disappointment. Like I don't know. And if it's something out of the norm, especially a flight or like if I have to pick someone, if it's something that's not even routine, it's 10 times worse. Like I might as well not even go to bed because I'm just gonna be up all night long anyway.
I need to fly somewhere one day.
You've never flown?
Never been on a plane in my life. Terrified.
Well, I would say that you and Lester should go somewhere since I just did, but I'm terrified of
we'll
what...
get in trouble. I know we will.
That would be terrible. That would be actually probably the worst thing in the world that could ever happen.
It would be so much fun, but it would probably be so bad for our lives.
I'd have to come like bail you out of jail or something.
Yeah,
or
honestly,
pick you up from the middle of nowhere because we lost. Like,
what were you guys doing? Well, we thought it'd be a funny video if we climbed on top of that statue over there, and if we did this and that. Yeah,
it would be terrible.
A lot of trouble.
Yeah, that would be like you guys going to
content though. You
guys going to visit Daniel Arms or something like that. That would be like
a road trip movie.
Somebody would come back with a broken bone for sure. Maybe like a shaved eyebrow and all kinds of weird things would be happening.
Oh my God.
And I am pretty sure that somebody would have gotten stuck. Like there's all kinds of things that run through my mind of the trouble that y'all would get into. I don't know. I picture like somehow you falling out of a boat and like
oh my God,
them trying to save you, or maybe
that's my biggest fear in the world. Don't say that.
It is?
My biggest fear in the world is drowning.
Seriously?
Yeah. So like
I didn't know
pool
that.
parties, like no, I'm not going to that. And football, whenever we'd all go to someone's house or whatever, and they'd have a pool, I wouldn't get in. Like no matter how much fun.
Hold on, you can swim, right?
I can swim, but they start dunking people underwater. Like that's not cool.
Yeah,
like,
I would agree. I don't like that either. I don't like to choke on water at all. Totally don't. You know that I still jump in a pool and hold my nose, so
what you do? Okay,
I don't want it to go up in my eyes or things like that.
Yeah, just go. You want to say that again?
Somebody says someone come home with an animal. Yeah, like a giraffe or something like that. Like, who knows?
Okay, can I ask you about something real quick?
I'm so nervous about what you're going to say right now.
There is, well, I'm going to say there may or may not be a camel that I want to look at.
What?
Yeah, a camel.
Like a real one.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you have to have a permit for that?
I don't know.
Oh my God, Jake.
I don't know.
You have to do your homework. I'm pretty sure
I'm
that
gonna
that's
get
an
on
exotic. There's a list of exotics.
But a camel, it's just like a cow.
It is not just
Pretty
like
much.
a cow.
Yeah, it is.
It's not just like a cow.
It just has humps and it drinks a lot of water. We got a pond.
Do you know what animal in our pasture is actually related to them? It's quiz time.
Oh, great. Don't say Carl.
No.
Wait, you said in the pasture.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a donkey.
Do any of y'all know?
A donkey. Their faces kind of look the same.
Negative.
Dang it. A horse?
No.
An alpaca?
Yes.
For real?
Yes.
How?
They're
not
related.
even close to looking the same.
If you watch the way they walk, you will see that they are very camel-like. But it's the way that their stomachs are, the way they are genetically connected.
So why did they stop storing water? Like, why don't they have humps and stuff?
Well, they're not exactly the same because camels are probably like indigenous to a desert, I'm assuming, and alpacas are not from a desert, but alpacas do require the very small amount of water like them, and there's just really neat things about that. They are connected.
Research on this tonight. I'm gonna be on the YouTube.com checking this stuff out.
Yep, alpacas are related to camels. Pretty cool, huh? Learn something new today.
I was about to say that. Learn something new every day.
Yep. I'm sure there's multiple. Oh yeah, the spitting is a connection. Like that's their.
Camels spit?
Yes. Where have you been?
I didn't know that.
Did you never go on a camel ride when you were a kid?
Oh, that's terrifying. No way. You think I'm scared of horses? You think I'm gonna get on a camel?
What are you gonna do with a camel then? They don't make mini camels. They're really tall.
I'm gonna overcome my fears because I'm gonna raise it from birth. No, seriously, I think that's what it's gonna take is me raising a horse from birth to like trust it.
Really?
I think so.
So which horse?
Or a
Do you not
camel.
trust all of the horses out here?
Dixie is the one I trust the most.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Voodoo and Bucky's like sprint beside me while I'm on the 4-wheeler. They do all kind of crazy things. I don't know. I'll get off the 4-wheeler to pour feed and they'll just come like just sprinting by
they're
me.
competing with each other, you know.
Yeah, but I'm in the middle. They gotta be careful.
They do. You gotta have control. You have to like show them your confidence.
Moo would never try to headbutt me or run me over or step on me or run me over.
Yes, he would.
No, never. Not Moo.
Yes, he would.
He's the perfect angel.
No, he is not. He is not. He has like no self-control.
Moo is the most well-behaved animal out there.
Moo has almost killed me several times. It's not like he's doing it on purpose. He's not doing it in a mean way.
Poor Moo.
It's like he doesn't know how big he is way.
He's a gentle giant. He is a gentle giant. That's true. He does not know his own size.
Yes, it's
He's
true.
like a Great Dane that's a lap dog.
It's true. It's very true. He has no idea that he is, basically 6.5 foot, almost 7 foot tall,
Mm-hmm.
and that his legs are taller than my shoulders, and that he's just huge. He's absolutely huge. I would love to know who weighs more, Tex or Moo, but there's no,
See, I don't know.
there's no scale to be able to tell that.
So the horses will run Moo off. The donkeys will. Everything except for Tex. Tex will come up and like nudge him with his horns, and Moo, just out of spite, I guess, will just stand there and will not move for nothing to let him in there. They have some sort of competition going on. I don't know why.
Oh my god. It's just like a man thing. Like,
yeah.
Boys. That's all I'll say is boys.
Boys.
There is a significant difference between female animals and male animals, and just the general...
There's a significant difference against males and females.
Well, yeah, of course, but like, you would think that because we're human, we are evolved. I mean, we have thumbs, and like we have a developed dialogue and all these things that obviously we would grow to have differences because we learn differently, all these things. But in animals, you would think that they probably wouldn't be so different. They're just animals. It's not true.
No,
it's not true
at all.
And I would say that I see it more so in feathers than most things, but it's true.
Yeah, just because some attack you and some don't, that's about it. Oh my gosh, it all makes sense now.
Where have you been?
My mind was just blown right there for sure. I learned 2 things today. I'm a genius. I am a genius.
I think that you might have inhaled too much of that smoke this weekend is what I think. I think that out in that pasture might have got to your brain a little bit.
That's very
Fried
possible.
a few cells.
I passed out on the back of the 4-wheeler.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Couldn't breathe and I just fell right on over.
In years past, Lester has done that by himself. But he's done it in small portions.
Yeah, because I don't see how he did that by himself.
Last year he almost melted the side-by-side. That was a disaster because he basically burned it in a path where he was on the other side of the ring and didn't know that the ring connected around the side-by-side.
Oh my god.
And I take that back. There's always been a disaster. The very first year that we started talking and dating, I had probably only been here 3-4-ish times, and he was burning pasture. Something that we don't do in Illinois, at least that I'm aware of anyway.
He was trying to show off out there, I bet. Anything. He was trying to show off.
Well, and I guess, I don't know, you might remember this, but he's like, yeah, that got a little out of control, and he had to have, but he had to have Dusty and Tony and anybody else that was around here.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
It's like 5 years ago.
Pine limbs.
Yes.
Slapping out on the fire.
Yes. So then I wasn't here for it. He was messaging me afterwards or whatever, and he was like,
what do you say? Where's the burn cream? Where's the
No,
band-aids?
he was at the gas station buying beer, and I'm like, you don't even drink. Why would you be buying beer? You don't even drink. He's like, no, I owe it to my nephews for saving my life.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that, because he did. He went and got us all beer.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Because you saved his life even back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lester probably should be allowed to burn.
Cheap. He only got us a 6-pack, but we kind of saved his life. And he got us a 6-pack of beer.
Times were tough, Jake.
He got
Times
us
were
a
tough.
cheap kind, too. He asked us all what kind of wanted, and he came back with the cheapest one they made.
Yeah,
I think it's
well,
called Great Value or
that's thought
something.
that counts, Jake. So you've been saving his life for years, and I've never taken credit for it. You can take credit for it. It's fine. He still can't defend himself.
If I
He's
take
not home
credit
yet.
for that, he's going to make a Not Cool Jake video. And I refuse to do anything to cause that
No
again.
more musicals is what you're saying?
No more music. If I really did take the day off, he would be making a video down there about how, Jake just don't show up for work, so I'm having to do this all by myself.
Now, in his defense, last time he didn't realize it was Saturday. So, it was your day off. He still proceeded with the dang video. Don't get me wrong. He didn't scrap it.
That was a lot of fun.
But no, he loves to give you a hard time. It's like it's an uncle thing. You know?
I know. Yeah, I know about it my whole life.
Yeah.
They used to torture us.
Yes. See, now that you're an uncle to
Oh yeah, I pick on her
Carter,
all day, every day.
and now there's another one coming. Like that's just you have to pass on the tradition. It's kind of like normal. It's
gonna be
perfect.
awesome.
Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, so I have a question for you that
Oh gosh.
while I was back in Illinois, my mother, in all of her glory, goes, Jamie, your bread question last week brought me to think about something else. She goes, because I talked about the heel or the end of the loaf of bread, right?
Mm-hmm.
Crust, people call it all kinds of things. When you reach into a brand new loaf of bread, okay?
Okay.
Do you take that piece as your first thing you're going to eat?
Nope.
How many do you go in? Because I know my answer.
I at least go 2.
I go in 3, I think.
Oh my gosh.
If you're going to make it, so my question, her question was, if you're going to make a sandwich, how far in do you go into that loaf of bread?
Yeah, so really there's about 4 to 6 pieces in there that just are no good anyway.
Exactly.
So yeah, unless you're starving, have you ever had a heel and a heel or a heel and a foot?
No, because
Or
I'm
a
not
heel
going
and a butt?
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'll
You've never been just so hungry before that you just wanted a peanut butter sandwich so bad. Oh, well,
No, I'll just eat peanut butter out of the jar
we've
then.
lived different lives.
No, I will eat peanut butter directly out of the jar at that point in time.
Gosh.
So I realized that I go in at least 3 or till it's symmetrical with its next piece. So that when I make a sandwich, it aligns. And then I found myself telling Lester this and he goes, that's kind of like spatial reasoning. I'm like, I don't know what you want to call it, but I need them to match in my sandwich world. I can't have a piece of bread be smaller than the other. Even though when you do eat your sandwich, you know it gets all jacked up and wonky anyway, so why do I care? What kind of sickness is in me that my bread has to match?
Okay, so think about this. I have a new theory.
Oh no.
So here's the bread, right? And it's shaped like in this thing. So technically, shouldn't you take out the whole loaf of bread and then select like the third piece in and the third piece in? Because they're the same shape.
You would think.
Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. I gotta go get some bread tomorrow for sure. This is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna have perfect sandwiches for the next week.
You're gonna have to start on the ends and work your way to the middle is what you're saying.
I don't want to have to put it all back in the bag when I'm done. Where do I store it at? You want to have a sandwich party tomorrow?
Is that your prison food on Thursday?
Oh,
sandwiches?
Yeah, let's make sandwiches.
I like sandwiches. I might come for that one.
All right, I'll look up a prison food sandwich.
Oh boy.
It's just gonna be ham and cheese.
It's okay.
Hey, that's the safest thing I could possibly do. It's a great idea.
Right? It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay, you ready for the next, like, thought-provoking thing?
Nope, but let's do it.
Okay. So when you bring your hands together, like you're gonna fold your own fingers or pray or whatever, right?
Okay.
I want to know when you naturally do it, which index finger is on top?
My left.
Right, for me.
I'm left-handed.
I'm right-handed. Okay? Because the other way feels...
Yeah, the other way
This
feels...
is not right. This is wrong.
Really weird.
Like, really wrong.
So it's kind of like when you hold hands with somebody, and like some girls will be like,
yes.
no, I have to be the top hand. And you're like, what?
Yes.
Like,
yes, exactly the same. So, we're sitting in my mom's living room. It was her, myself, Xander, Kendra, and I'm the only one that have my right finger. They're all right-handed. But they do it all jacked up like you do, all wrong and stuff.
Are they left-handed?
No, they're all right-handed.
Oh, yeah, they're messed up.
I know. That's what I said. And my mom's like, there's something wrong with you.
Okay, well, think about this. Because I'm left-handed, so if you were to hold a pistol, this would be a trigger, and then this hand would go underneath. So it's the same thing whenever I interlock.
I don't think a lot of people have held a pistol to be able to affiliate with that comment.
I have.
Yeah, this is my trigger hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, right on top. Yeah. Okay. So that was a weird thing. So then, of course, my mind is going about all of these questions, and I'm like, okay, well now I want to know what other weirdness that I do. So, when you put your pants on, which foot goes in? Which leg do you go in first?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to check in the morning.
Well, sit here and think about it. Do you always have one? Does it matter?
I want to say my right, because I got this hole in my jeans that my right foot always gets stuck in. And I gotta kind of like pull it to the side to get my foot in there.
I think.
Is that good? Do you like
It's
that?
delicious. Yes, it's delicious. I don't know why you waited, a year to, bring this to my life. But...
National Margarita Day.
Okay, got it.
That's a Jankarita.
So.
Yeah, I think I do right leg first.
So I do left leg first.
I'm right-footed. You're
right-footed?
Yeah, I'm left-handed and right-footed. Okay.
What does that even mean?
Maybe we shouldn't... What? You don't know what foot you are?
No one has a right foot.
Yes, they do.
I mean, everybody has a right
Everyone
foot.
has a right foot.
But no one has a dominant foot.
Yes. Why do you think NFL kickers don't just kick the ball left-footed or right-footed, like whatever they want? Everyone has a better kicking foot.
But I kick with my
Look, everyone.
But I can kick with my right foot. Like if I'm gonna play kickball, I'm gonna kick with my right foot. But I put my left leg in my pants first.
Well, that's weird.
That's not weird.
Yeah, it is. That's really weird. Why wouldn't you put your dominant leg? Maybe you're standing on your dominant leg.
So that's what I think I'm doing is standing on my good leg. My good leg. So now, you want to know how much of a creep I am? This morning, while Lester's getting dressed, I'll lean over to see which leg he's going to put in first. by the way it's left.
So his
But
is
now-
left too.
I have to watch another day to like see, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna start paying attention to that.
You're gonna pay attention to what pants
Oh
like
my
Lester puts
gosh.
on first.
No, not Lester. Me. You know what? I've already ran him a bubble bath.
I was gonna say,
I
like, is this
really-
while
I
you're
did
running
not
him a
run
bubble
it.
bath or after?
Whoa. Okay. Okay. We're moving on. What else?
Listen, you had to take over a role while I was out of town. I gave you a very direct order of like, he's all yours.
Didn't know you meant everything.
Clearly, you failed on a few
God.
things
I
because
didn't-
there was no coffee creamer, and he couldn't find the Band-Aids or the ibuprofen without
Well,
help.
cleaned up all the other messes that happened.
Way to be, Jake. Way to be.
So biscuits and gravy. I seen you talking about biscuits and gravy earlier.
Mm-hmm. Do you eat biscuits and gravy?
So I used to take biscuits and gravy and like I used to wake up and make the entire thing of biscuits and then gravy and sausage and everything.
Look at you go.
Yeah, that's the only thing I ever knew how to cook my entire life is biscuits and gravy.
So it is a thing down here. It's just a thing that Lester doesn't
Yeah, I don't
do.
know how I didn't know about this because I would take a big container every morning like to go squirrel hunting or every night to go. It didn't matter what time of the day. I always had biscuits and gravy.
Huh.
Favorite thing in the world. And now I think
Now
I'm
you're
gonna
like,
have that for
yeah, I
breakfast."
need to eat biscuits and gravy. Yeah.
Yep.
Good to know. All right, so Lester just doesn't. He has a very simple, like, palate. I say that in several videos. He likes very specific things. He doesn't need to sway from them. I like many things and like to I obviously try new things.
Mhm.
Although I will say that over the last couple of years, he has impressed me with the things that he has been willing to try, more so than in previous years. On our first vacation, we were eating, and he would be like, I'd like the chicken and french fries, and could you not put anything on the like he was so scared of what would be on that chicken and stuff, and I finally was like, if you don't like it, you can always, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. And he is grown in that space, so I'm really proud of him for trying new things.
Does he like sushi?
He's not gonna try sushi. Do you like sushi?
Yes, I love sushi.
Oh.
It was so so scary to try it first. I'm glad I did.
What's your favorite roll?
A shaggy dog.
Oh, I like the shaggy dog too. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like the dragon roll.
Or the New York Crunch.
That's good too.
Oh
Man,
my gosh.
we're gonna have to go eat sushi now.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have biscuits and gravy for breakfast, sushi for lunch. Come on, what's
Oh.
next? What am I gonna have for
Boy,
dinner?
your stomach's gonna thank you.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be the best day of my life.
Okay, what did Lester do in his bathrobe in a video? Did he do something in a bathrobe in his video?
That's when I was out there feeding because he didn't feel good and he needed some medicine, and so I was feeding and I'm calling Beth over to me, and he walks around the corner in a bathrobe, and that's when he asked me to run his bubble bath. He come outside to ask me to run a bubble bath instead of him just running the bubble bath. He
Welcome.
offered me to take bubbles home and everything.
Welcome
Like,
to my world, Jake. Welcome.
I feel so sorry for you. I feel so bad.
Jake, you do a lot of things for the person you love, and you just do them. That's just where it's at, and you pick your battles. I'll just go with that.
Yeah.
Do you know about that? Like,
Yeah, I picked that battle. I told him I wasn't doing it. That was a battle
That
I
was-
was willing to fight.
that was a hill you were gonna die
Yeah.
on, huh? Okay,
Yeah, that was it. That's where I drew the line.
that's fine. And he had Old Spice in his pocket. They said.
Yeah. Like, he's like, "Do you smell me from over there? Do you know how uncomfortable that made me?" He walked up and said, "Hey, can you smell me?" He said, "I got the Old Spice in my pocket. Smells pretty good, huh?" So yeah, that's cool. That's great. Smells wonderful. So you want to come in and run me a bubble bath, or you busy?
Is this in your video or
Yeah,
his?
no,
I was
that's
gonna say
in
I
mine.
didn't see it in his.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, Jake.
Whew.
Next
Next time
time-
you leave, I'm going.
I was gonna say it's your turn to go
I
on a
want to
trip
try a
now.
Wally burger. Been thinking about that. I don't
There
know
is
what it
nothing like it in
I
this
wanna try
world.
it.
I'm telling you.
This is similar to a Whataburger.
Oh, it's a million times better than a Whataburger. Like a million times better than a
Don't ever say
Whataburger.
that again.
I'm telling you.
Not cool, Jamie. Not cool.
Listen. Wally himself is like 95 years old.
You got that on
And
Walmart?
No, Wally. Wally's. Wally's is his place, and Wally still works
So we
there
need
for
to go.
fun.
We need to go soon. How old is he?
It's okay. There's other people that have picked up the secret, but Wally still works there. It's all good. He loves what he does. Apparently, he's never worked a day in his life either.
Yeah, good for Wally.
It's good. Whataburger, people are talking about.
Woo! Team Texas, Team Whataburger.
Things I didn't eat until like 5 years ago. I didn't even know.
Sorry you missed out for so long. Do you like Whataburger?
Yeah.
Oh, Whataburger has biscuits and gravy. So I won't,
Seriously?
Yeah. So I won't have to cook them. I'll just go there in the
boy,
morning.
Jake's day just got even better.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and a honey butter chicken biscuit. That sounds
I
so
don't
good.
even know about that.
What?
Have you eaten today? Because like you're like rattling off all
No,
kinds
I'm
of
pretty
food.
hungry, honestly.
I can
I'm
tell.
starving.
I made Alfredo at home if you're hungry. It's still on the stove.
I thought out some chicken breasts. I'm gonna make them in the air fryer.
Yum.
Company chicken style.
Company chicken's where it's at, I'm telling you. Well, Jake, we've been rambling for longer than an hour. I've been rambling for longer than an hour. Yeah. And I think that your little Beth fell asleep on the porch. Pretty sure.
Oh my gosh, that poor baby, I still gotta make her bottle.
Yeah, I know. It's time.
All cracky.
Y'all, thanks for joining us tonight on Timeout Tuesday. It has been a super fun night. I love the Jakerita. Super stoked about that. We might have to bring those back next week because it's pretty delicious.
All right, I can do that.
And Jake is going to come to you on Thursday with his prison food, which apparently is symmetrical sandwiches. And Lester will be here for you on Friday, hopefully not in a bathrobe and hopefully not with Old Spice. And there's plenty more to come. There's a lot of great videos coming out this week. There's a lot happening on the farm. And we're just excited to all be under one roof again. And I've taken on my task list, my daily routine and chores back from Jake, and he doesn't have to run Lester a bubble bath anymore.
Amen.
Y'all stay safe and stay well. Thanks so much for allowing us into your homes and phones. And we love you, and thanks for loving us.